All right. I'm sorry, everybody. I had to restart this live. I thought Miss Daisy was coming up, and I guess it wasn't Miss Daisy, right? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure what was shown, so it's best that we start the live again, right? Especially, maybe we could start it right this time, right? I don't know. But it gave three more people a chance to be first. Right? Honest Rage, number one. There is Lake Erie's number two. And Robin, number three. There you go. There you go. We got three new people. They all slid in first, second, and third. Oh God. You gotta find the humor in it, right? Hello, how you doing? Cool Gamer says, hello everybody, for a second time. Right? You have to do it a second time. That's funny shit. Right? Yeah. I'm sorry, Miss Daisy, but I'm probably gonna have to I'm gonna start covering the panel until she talks to me, right? She said, I am back, PG. There you go, girl. There you go. I don't know. It's been some night. We haven't even got started, and we're already going through a lot, right? Trying to figure out what's making my chair. My chair, man, giving me problems tonight. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway. Actually, my chair puts up a bigger fight than Cam, right? I got a chair tougher than Cam. Giving me hell. I am so sorry. But I am so getting the humor out of this. I don't know why. But I am definitely getting the humor out of it, right? Yeah, Cracking Cases is gone. You lost 300 pounds. Yeah, Cracking Cases is something different, right? Yeah. Someone needs to let Daisy know what was done under her name. Yeah. Somebody needs to go let Miss Daisy know we know what she come over here and did, right? I'm kidding. I know Miss Daisy would not do nothing like that. But it's funny to think she might, right? um, Christy, why are you, PG? You're speaking harshly about a fine couple. If you think they're so fine, why ain't you over in their chat instead of in mine? Right? This is Summer Moon Utah Wells channel, right? This ain't the Cam and Alley show, as they are trying to make it, right? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of other creators on tonight that you could be, happy in the chat with. Why are you here? Why are you here? Nobody harassing no one. Nobody, you know, in all honesty, I'm the one that's been getting harassed, right? I have been getting harassed ever since I popped up on YouTube. The only one keeping Summer's case alive, while everybody else was going to different cases, right? Everybody was ready to leave her in the dust. But no, we kept her out here, right? We kept her out here. 15 months. We kept this baby. When she got put in the first few months, right? Before PG was out here YouTubing, that baby was put in the dark. Nobody was screaming, hey, this ain't about Utah. This ain't about Rose Bly. This is about Summer Moon Utah Wells. This is Summer's case. This 5-year-old little girl needs to be found. I know. This is what we need to be talking about. Not this, not that, not over here, over there, right? We need to be talking about her. Because right now is crucial time. And, you know, like the first few days, the first few weeks, the first few hours are crucial. But instead, they talked about everything else and literally put her case in the dark, right? You allow that to happen. You're good people right there. You're fine couple. They didn't keep her in a spotlight. They went and signed a contract for the Wells to not talk about her, to not say anything about Summer, unless they had the Wells clarification first, right? And that's what you support. That's what you support. You support somebody that just wanted to be up there and be able to get plenty of content, run you around the bush for months and months and months, taking your money, not just your money for them, but to take your money to help the Wells fix up a home. To what? Bring the boys back into when they're the main suspects. They got a missing daughter, but you're going to help fix up a house to get 3 more children back into? Are you kidding me? And this is what your fine couple right there was wanting to do, right? That's what your fine couple was all, and they're still geared up to do it. Why? Because they want to appease and please Candus and Donald. They don't give a fuck about Summer, lady. Are you fucking shitting me? You know what your problem is? You don't like to hear the truth. You think the truth is harassment, right? Because you like lies better. You like big freaking lies. You like chewing on all them lies, right? Well, I'm going to tell you something. Get the hell out of this chat, because you are not for Summer as well. If you was, you couldn't be for them people that are not for her. So just go. Get out of this chat, right? Matter of fact, you're blocked. There you go. Now you have to go find somebody else's chat to get into. And I hope you're happy there, hon. I hope your ass is happy where you go, right? See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. I don't support losers, right? I support winners. And winners know the truth. They face it. They face it. They don't believe a lie and be damned, right? They don't believe a lie and be damned. Over here, you know, no, I mean, I don't always have the best hospitality, right? I mean, I'm not always serving tea and crumpets and you know, saying all kinds of jolly good words for everybody, right? But I tell you what I do. I tell the fucking truth, right? I tell the truth. Whether you like it or you don't, so be it. I'm going to tell you right now, if your shoes are ugly, don't ask me if I like them, because you're going to find out I don't. Right? There you go. Don't you think these shoes are pretty? No. Actually, I don't. Think you need to take them back and get some new ones. That's what I think. But if you want to wear them, and keep that thought in your head, go right. That's your prerogative to do so, right? I don't run your life. I mean, why do I gotta like them? As long as you like them, that's all that matters. Right? Yeah, it is tough love, but yeah. Cracking cases went on vacation, right? Cracking cases went on vacation. It got too hot over here for him. He got sunburned and ran off, right? Probably at home having Allie put some of that solar cane on him or something, right? she has to pull out the can of solar cane for him, so that because he all sunburned up from being over here, right? I told him it gets hot in here. Man, that's the quickest sunburn I ever seen. Right? That's who Cam is. Cam can't handle the heat. He has to get out of the kitchen. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think they do know. I think they do know that, we must be stumbling onto something, because we got all them freaking devil advocates on our ass now, right? We got all them devil's advocates on our ass right now. So there you go. It is what it is. Yeah, he might have got a sweat rash, right? You have to get some. You're gonna have to get something for that too. I think they find it in a baby owl. I'm not sure, but right? What is that stuff called? Desinex. Cam needs some Desinex. You ain't gonna learn nothing from them. Um, they're a joke. All right, they're a joke. When they got rolled off the hill, they all of a sudden they started showing all kinds of stuff that they kept in their pockets, right? When they was kissing the whale's backside, we still wouldn't have seen none of that. We wouldn't have saw none of that if they, if they wouldn't have got rolled off the hill. If they would have got rolled off that hill, you still wouldn't have seen none of that, right? They keep dirty secrets, right? The only reason they showed us was due to the simple fact that they got that ass rolled off the hill, and they was all butthurt, right? It was all butthurt. Every woman with a purse wants my Donnie. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, you go, girl. You tell them, Donald and Sissy. And Dutch River needs to stop that. If he sends any more, I'll surely know it. Okay, Arctic. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I just gotta make sure it's you. That's all.
Yes, yes, it's me.
Oh
Um,
Lord.
I need to tell little Annie in the chat to quit being a weirdo.
Who?
Little Annie in the chat being a weirdo.
Yeah, she says Arctic. I'm talking about Arctic. I
Yeah,
don't
there's
know.
no way I can't even stand share to much less sit on a panel with her.
Little Annie. There's little Annie. She
Yeah,
says, hold on, I backed up. I backed up to see what she's saying. She said, I don't trust anyone that says with share. Oh, for some reason, girl, she thinks you're sitting with share.
I would like to know how she would think that because she's never met me in her life, and there's only two panels I've been on,
Hey,
and it's not shares.
I don't know. I love little Annie. Little Annie's a nice person. I like her.
Ask her where she got the information that I've been on Cher's panel.
She might have it confused, girls. Maybe there's another Arctic out there. I don't know.
I know there's an Arctic fox,
Maybe that's what she's seeing. I don't know.
possibly, but I wanted to clarify that. I just don't want rumors going
Um,
around about me that
Ask her
aren't
if
true.
she's talking with Terry.
I don't know Terry.
She said she don't know Terry, hun. You got anything else you want me to ask her, little Annie? She said she don't know no Terry. It's probably mistaken identity, girl.
I hope so. I just wanted to clarify that because like I said, I don't want anything that's not true going around
Okay, she said,
about me.
okay, thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up.
Thank you.
It might be the Arctic wolf. Might be
Arctic
Arctic wolf.
fox.
Yeah. That's
Arctic fox.
you or fox. Fox.
No, no,
See,
I'm wolf. I'm
I'm
wolf.
yeah, you're the wolf. You there you go. Easily done, right?
I I eat fox.
PG just showed you how easy it was to get them confused.
Amen.
That's what I do, fix problems.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes even by accident, right?
Did you see that Candus was in the chat before?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know if Candus was in here or not. No, I didn't see her, to be honest.
At the same time, the imitation Miss Daisy came up. Candace popped in
Yeah,
the chat.
that was hilarious, right?
Oh my goodness.
I had to shut down. I had to shut it down and move on. Don't want nobody
Yeah,
seeing. We don't want to put
yep,
nobody's eyes out, right?
yep. That's
I
right.
was crazy. Absolutely.
Oh, they can identify people that way, even still these days.
Ah, now they're going to start up on the phone.
Hmm.
Hello, PG speaking. I don't think so. Not at all. Not at all. Absolutely not. I think Jody Sue might be able to be my mother. I do. I do. Honestly, I do. Maybe she is and you don't know it. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Oh, God. These people literally crack me up. I do not know why I'm getting the humor out of her. Oh, shit. I don't know how I'm getting the humor out of their stuff tonight. I guess it's because I know Cher's about to get sued along with Trevor. Damn, guys are funny, man. They're absolutely hilarious. Oh, God. It is what it is, right? Oh, shoot. She booted herself. Yeah, girl. I wondered where you went. I wonder where you went to. Anyway, you know, you know, Jody Sue, we was talking last time on here, which we kept getting in a lot of interruptions and everything, and so we started to get a lot of interruptions and so forth. So anyhow, I was telling everybody. Am I serious about what? Somebody says, are you serious, PG? And maybe if I knew what I'm supposed to be serious about. But anyway, Jody Sue came out and she said that she was there that day, right? She said, I was there. No planting flowers, right? No, she even said no packing in groceries. No planting flowers. None of that bullshit, right? Is what Jody Sue is trying to say. What Jody Sue is trying to say is Candus and Grandis made up everything. There was, and I actually thought about that. Because it always bothered me that Summer's Paw Patrol toys were in that, plant, right? Everybody said, oh, that's so cute. That, that's so thoughtful and cute and all these things, for her little Paw Patrols to be in Grandma's planners. I'm going to tell you, that's the one thing that I always thought Summer wouldn't have done. Hey, super sticker. Yes, I appreciate that, sweetie. Judy, I so appreciate that, hon. I so appreciate the support for Summer's channel. God bless. But yeah. Telephone. Hello, PG speaking. Doing good. How about you, sweetie?
Pretty good. I was thinking, God's older than Candus. He's around our age.
Mm-hmm.
Remember back in the 80s, we were in our 20s, started to have kids. Things were a lot different than how we raised our kids back then.
I'm sorry, I ain't with you on that one because I'm not that old. So, I'm raising my kids now, right? But I know my mother, my mother was raised in the um, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So, um, and I know, how my grandmother, they didn't have a whole lot. They kept us spotless, but, they were dirt poor. Um, it wasn't about what the Wells had, really, to be honest with you, or the age of Donald. It was basically Candus. She didn't keep the house clean. She didn't keep her children clean. She didn't, go to the grocery store and shop like, normal parents do, or with all that land, she could have grown a lot of food, right? Hello? Guess the caller didn't want to talk about that. She just wanted to talk about, you know, I don't know, Don Wells being old and the 70s and 80s and something about raising some kids. I don't know. Right? I don't fucking know. Um, you know, I know that, my grandmother, she didn't um have a whole lot of land, not like the Wells, but I do know that she planted a garden to help, hell, she planted a garden. Even when I was a kid, my grandmother planted a garden, right? And she would jar up, tomatoes and apples and peaches and all kinds of crazy stuff, cabbage. Um, I don't know. Those people really worked hard to feed up their family. But I don't know what the hell it's like to raise kids in the 70s and 80s. I ain't that fucking old. I wish people quit saying it. Oh, Judy, I appreciate it. I think I already landed on that. You said you knew two people were getting sued. Did I hear that right? Um, yes. From my understandings, the lady that Trevor Lee posted out, supposedly supposed to be PG, right? And you know, I guess there's suckers born every minute because I guess some people actually was believing that trash, right? Um, must not take a lot to convince people of, of a big dirty lie. But anyway, long story short, Cher jumped on board with that picture as well, right? And then I guess it was some lady's mother-in-law that actually watches YouTube, and I guess she notified the family that they got the pictures out here, and now the family's in an uproar, and absolutely they're going to sue. They're going to sue Trevor Lee and Cher because they're exploiting these people, and not only doing that, but in a ugly, attacking, unorthodox way, right? So anyway, yeah, I guess this family's and possibly suing YouTube as well, maybe for allowing this kind of behavior to go on. That was very insulting to this family. I mean, that was the boy's grandmother. That was her grandson in the picture with her, and they're very upset about it. Absolutely. So I don't know. I mean, this is what I hear. They wrote it on, they wrote it on our Facebook, right? Summer's Facebook. So that ain't my words. That's the family's words. Um, I ain't trying to take nobody anywhere. I ain't trying to take nobody anywhere. These people, these people come at me sideways, right? I mean, I wasn't saying a damn thing about nasty ass Cher until she says something about me, right? She has a problem. I mean, especially where the Wells case is concerned, right? She has a problem. Donald was coming up on my panel. Donald was coming into my chat, and Cher just couldn't stand it. It like to killed her that Donald was, over here. It like to killed her that, Candus was in this chat. And she couldn't, something about her. She can't handle, Don and Candus Wells being, in PG's chat or on PG's panel. I don't know what the hell her problem is. I really don't give a fuck. Right? It don't bother me none. It don't bother me none where the Wells go. I mean, in all honesty, if they don't want to talk about their daughter, then I just assume they don't come here, right? Don't come here. If you don't want to talk about Summer, you don't want to talk about your missing daughter, don't come here, right? This is Summer's channel, not the fucking Wells channel, not the Wells shit show to take the view and the focus off their daughter. This is about their daughter. If they come here, they're going to have to talk about Summer, right? It is what it is. I really don't care. I'm not out to please or appease the Wells in any way, form, or how. So, Don and Candus Wells, I think Don and Candus Wells love the fact that, they didn't have to talk about their missing daughter with these people. But I don't think they seen, I don't think they seen the aftermath coming, right? Like when everything went south, I don't think they seen the aftermath. What I'm saying is Cher and Benny and them was setting the Wells up because Cher and Benny and them are smart enough to know nothing lasts forever, right? So they made the Wells look as guilty as hell. They didn't care what the Wells talked about because they was just wanting to click likes and views anyway. It was out for the money. They didn't care about Summer as well, right? What did Benny say? Something about if you want to make a ton of money, pick any missing kid and go for it or something. I don't know. Anyway, I do know he made some kind of ugly statement about missing child cases, right? I mean, and he told you out of his own mouth that it ain't about the missing kids for him, right? He plainly said that it's about the money. And I think at first that's the kind of people the Wells wanted to, interact with, so that they could steer clear of Summer's case, because if they talk about Summer's case, then that starts to put the focus, on them. And they feel if they don't say the right things, then they're going to be looking guilty. And they don't want to be looking guilty, right? But why do they not want to be looking guilty? Perhaps they are. I mean, if you really got a missing child, you ain't going to give a damn how you look, right? You ain't going to care how you look in the eyes of the public. You're going to fight like hell to get all the help you need to find your child. But see, Don and Candus wasn't wanting all the help to find Summer. They wasn't, you know, let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back to when Don and Candus was on the news, right? Sitting in them 2 chairs, lean back, talking to the news station. Don and Candus wasn't asking for people to come and help find their missing daughter. No. Don and Candus actually was sitting there telling this news lady that they felt sorry for the people out there trying to find their daughter, right? I mean, these are 2 people that have no fucking idea what happened to this child in that 2 minutes. No idea where this kid went. None whatsoever. You know, she's 5 years old. 5. Just 5. And they already have 3 sons, right? Well, matter of fact, one that was at the time 13. So they know very well, after they've had 3 other children go through the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old stages, right? And they know very damn well that you don't know, kids surprise you. You don't know what a kid's going to do. You have no idea. I mean, kids wander off all the time, right? They wander off. You go in a damn store, you turn around, and you have to go find a kid. Surprise, the kid wandered off. So, Summer being 5 years old, they have no idea. They done raised, you know, like, I don't care if a kid ain't ever done. Here's what I'm saying. There's a first time for everything, right? First time for the kid to wander off, and you have to go find it. Scary the shit out of you, right? A first time for the kid to put bubble gum in his hair. Always had 20 packs of bubble gum, and now it's got in his hair. Let me figure out this. Hello. PG speaking. No. You hung up on me. Why are you calling me? Why are you calling me? What's true? Lady, you're out of your freaking mind. You are so out of your mind. It's unbelievable. I mean, where do you guys get this shit from? Where do you get this stuff from? I think, oh, this is over Cam and Allie. You're calling me up not because of you thinking I'm somebody's mommy or not their mommy, or maybe they're my mommy, but you're calling me up because of Cam and Allie. You're a Cam and Allie lover. You know, God is going to, let me tell you something, lady. You're about to have the worst luck that you've ever had in your life. You're going to be calling and apologizing to me because your luck won't change until you do. Bye. There you go. There you go. Watch your fucking life take a real turn for the worse, right? I've had it. Straight up serious. That bitch, she'll be trying to call that phone to apologize, but it will be off. You live with what I just did to you, bitch. Right? Called me up and told me a fucking lie in that phone. She told me a lie. Should know better than to lie. Right? Should know better than to lie. I'm fed up with that. Now she suffers the consequences of her lies, right? I mean, I was sitting there trying to tell her the truth, but she didn't want to hear that. So there you go. Nobody's going to block you, Trevor. Nobody's going to block you. You know, the guy says he apologizes, right? I don't know, I don't know if he's serious about his apologies or not, but, I really wish that, I really do wish that, this YouTube community could come together and do righteousness, right? I really do wish that they could all come together and do righteousness. We all fall short of the glory of God, right? We all fall short of the glory of God, and let he without sin cast the first stone. Well, even PG can't cast a first stone, right? I'm stuck in a human body as well, and it is not easy. It is not easy to be righteous all the time in a human body like this, because human bodies got feelings, right? Those feelings get stirred up and hurt. And now, now instead of doing God's will, you want to do your will. You want to get even, right? That's just human nature. It's how humans are. It takes a lot. It takes a whole lot to be able to overlook people and their evilness, especially when it's pointed and directed right at you. It takes a lot. I don't think God expects you to, if they keep directing it at you, then you got to stand fast and do something about it, right? You got to do something to put that evilness down, or else they're going to continue to do their evilness to you. But sometimes, people see their airy ways, and they do apologize, right? They do come out and realize, what they done was wrong. Sounds like Trevor saying, "Hey, I'm sorry." But, it is what it is. It is what it is. Cam and Allie, the whole YouTube community, I promise you, like, the whole YouTube community is talking about PG. I'd like to know any of them that ain't talking about me right now. I really would love to know who isn't getting their content. That's how they're getting their content, right? I see people do whole lives on me, right? Nothing but PG. And you know what I say? That's what I say. I say, ha, 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 right? Because all they're doing is giving me clout, right? I'm like, wow, that's great, right? That's great. All you're doing and don't even know it is helping me out. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I absolutely appreciate it. Like Benny. Benny did a whole live on me, right? Aw, little big Benny. Look at little big Benny. There he is. Oh, he's so cute. All right. Mommy's like, why me, Lord? Right? My mommy's so lucky. Right? Yeah, Benny, there's that right, 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 left, right, left, right, left. To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. Oh, shit. Yeah, Benny don't like to hear to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. My balls are singing, my underwear's tight. To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. There you go, Benny. You old saggy balls, tight underwear on. You crack me up, man. Yeah, little baby Benny. That's mommy taking her family portrait, right? That's mommy. I heard Benny had I heard of people lying through their teeth, but lying out their teeth. Benny, he's like, Benny lies out his teeth. He don't lie through his teeth, right? Hey, Cher. Benny's sending your teeth back. Right? Benny's sending your teeth back, man. Remember he paid for him? He said he wanted a couple. Well, she said she was going to do. she was going to share. They sharing those teeth right now. Benny must have lost his when he lied them out, right? He's like, whoa, time to send them suckers back. I got to send them suckers back to that snake, right? That's how they transport them in an apple. Hey, Benny, I heard you use those teeth for a fidget spinner. That's Benny's new fidget spinner right there. Right, Benny? Don't worry. My mommy's so lucky, right? Mommy takes care of little man. Don't worry. All his little worries are over now. He back in mommy's lap. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There you go, Benny. That's your mama. Hold her little boy. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, you gotta love that Benny, right? Gotta love Benny. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to, even though it's going to be very hard to do, we must get back on the subject of summer. We got to get back on the subject of summer. Oh, shit. Yeah. Benny, tell your mama if your stepdaddy ever kick you out, guys, or kick you guys out, not to look me up. Yeah. Don't look none of us up, right? That for your eyes be a little bit too heavy on our back. Like, damn. Yeah. Stepdaddy kicked them out. They homeless, right? They're gonna be homeless. The garage is gone. That garage is gone. And that halfway house, he'd be staying at. I think mommy needed a respite. He's too old for child protective services, so she had to send him to a halfway house, right? To stay in it. Hello, PT speaking. Hey, it is what it is. One good turn deserves another, right? All right, sweetheart, but you have a nice night. Bye-bye. That's somebody that thinks all the pictures out here in the world are rude. Hey. Like I told him, one good turn deserves another, right? Hey, Benny. Benny, get your teeth back ASAP. The other night I thought she said jeans, and she said teeth. Anybody else ever watched the movie Traveling Jeans? Sharon Benny's got fucking traveling teeth, right? Motherfuckers trying to send them to PG. Get the hell out of here, right? Get the fuck out of here. Nobody wants your fucking traveling teeth. Are you kidding me? Look at them things. Oh my God. They got traveling teeth. Oh shit. Beware, man. Beware. They might be in your mailbox next. Right? They might be in your mailbox next. That is scary shit. And nasty. That just is so nasty. I don't care who it is, they know that shit's funny. Right? They know that shit be funny. The traveling teeth. Yeah. They got traveling teeth. That's funny shit. The 86th mailbox. That's funny. 86th mailbox. W. Sharp, you are hilarious, man. You are seriously hilarious. I gotta collect my I gotta collect myself together here, right? Traveling teeth. There you go, Hollywood. A new movie. Hollywood's got a new movie now. Traveling teeth. Come back, Dr. Phil. Retired too soon. Drink my pop now. Damn. That's some funny shit. That's right, girl. You can't beat them, join them. Right? And they crack me up. I tell you, all day I've been getting the humor out of all of this stuff. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, I'm trying to get back to some seriousness here tonight. um pull it together, right? Pull it together. That's just hard to do. One too many brownies, right? I'm trying. I am so trying. Oh shit. I got to quit. I have got to stop this. My mind is wandering off like wonder who they'll get to play Cher in that big Hollywood movie, Traveling Teeth, right? Who are they going to get to play Cher? That's going to be a hard find, right? Like all of Hollywood turning it down. Like how to the no. Mama Dia be like, you say what? Oh, hell no. You better get that script the fuck up on my face. Right? Yeah, get that script the hell up on my face. I ain't playing that bitch. Oh, shit. Oh, shoot. Traveling teeth. That's funny as hell. Okay. let's get back to it. We gotta get on Jody Sue. As hard as this is to do, we gotta get back over here to some do some Jody Sue, right?
And you know the theory about the truck being used to cover a basement door. And then you're off.
Jody Sue, the only one that ever talked about a freaking truck covering the basement door was you, right? Oh, I was over there on my land and seen a truck go up about the basement door, big red truck, right? I seen it. I saw it. It went right up that driveway and stopped right at that basement door. Big red truck. Yeah, that's what you said, Jody Sue. That was you that said this. Right? We all heard it. She said it. Then the next thing you know, no, I didn't say it was a truck. I said it was a red flash, right? A red flash. We saw a red flash. Okay, Jody Sue. But now you're talking like, Jody Sue, maybe you are a Sybil, right? Maybe you are a Sybil. The only difference between you and Sybil is you know you're a Sybil, right? And now you're blaming your other personality for saying that there was a red truck covering that door. Yeah, that's how it's got to be, because she's the only fucking one that ever said it, right? If I think about this long enough, I might be able to figure out that chick's mental issues, right? Nah, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to move on before my mind does try to think about it. Yeah, that could be all bad, right? For me own brain. It'd be all bad for me own brain. But yeah, Jody Sue, you're the only one that ever said anything about a truck up there by that damn door. So I don't know what the hell you be talking about, girl.
People judge you about somebody else's house and whatever. It's real helpful. I can go on with this.
Yeah, I'd like to know where you're going with this. I really would like to know where you're going with this.
Wow. So you know about all the trucks, all these things, whatever, right? But right.
We all know about that red truck. You the one told us. Right?
Asking earlier, I was the neighbor.
Oh, I was the neighbor. Oh, shit.
What if I walk out there with her? What if I did this? What if I did that? What if she walked?
What if she did? Right, Jody Sue? What if she did? But we're going to catch you. You're trying to put one on Candus, but we're going to put one on you here in about a second.
Out there with her. The hell out of that. If you can make that fit into any of the screwed up, pulled back timelines or that you whatever.
Oh, screwed up, pulled back. She meant to say bag of shit of lies. On that timeline, right?
Right. Anyway, we're going to carry on. We can all
Let's
see what's
do.
clearly happening here.
Let's carry on, Jody Sue. Let's do.
Let them stay
fixing our brace and stuff.
This was done, that was done, blah, blah, blah.
Dawn. That was Dawn. We could make a song out of that.
Planting the flowers, washing hands, this whole thing, right? If you can make that fit into any of the screwed up, pulled back timelines or that, you let me know.
What? You trying to tell us all that good stuff didn't happen, girl? That's what you trying to tell us. Oh, we already knew that. Right? There was no TikTok video of it, Jody Sue. And when there's no TikTok video of something as cute as a granddaughter helping grandma plant flowers and leaving her little paw patrols in there, come on now. We know that would have been in a TikTok video. Right? But it wasn't. It wasn't. This women hall was, but it wasn't. So right then, we knew that shit didn't happen. And I'm pretty sure law enforcement knew it too, right? Yeah. So let's move on.
Whatever. Putting away groceries, all the things, a nap in there somewhere for people. Shit that I know did not occur because I was there. I was just,
What did you say, Jody Sue?
shit that I know did not occur because I was there. I was just,
Right?
shit that I know did not occur because I was there. I was just,
Let's see what she really wanted to do.
shit that I know did not occur because I was there. I was just,
Oh shit, it just told on myself. Alright. Busted. Busted, Jody Sue. Jody Sue Brown. It should be Jody Sue Clown. Alright. Exactly. She done told on herself. She was there. I was there when it happened. Right? I think there's a song. I think there is a song like that. Right? Yes, she was there when it happened. So, with that being said, Jody Sue, why don't you tell us where Summer is then? Now that we know you were there, where is Summer? Right? Where's Summer? Right? That's what we want to know. She's there. She places herself there. Finally, I'm going to tell you, I give a lot of thought about those little paw patrols, that were left in them pots. And I'm going to tell you now, Summer didn't get much. I mean, there's got to be people in this chat right now that were dirt poor. You didn't get much. And when you're a kid and you don't get much, You don't leave your toys behind, right? No, you don't put, you don't put them in a potted plant and walk off. I mean, these are like her favoriteest toys, right? These are her favorite toys. Paw Patrol, she loved Paw Patrol. No way in hell she gonna leave them in grandma's plants. No. That shit was staged, right? That was staged. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. I mean, now I believe that she could have had them in her hands when whatever happened went down, and she dropped them. And it's possible that they had needed a place to put them, so they stuck them there, right? And then lied. Lied about all the planning and the bullshit. I don't think they did no planning that day. I think Candus had previously, put those plants into them pots. Because if Summer would have been helping, we would have seen a TikTok video. We just saw a TikTok video of that. So, basically they had to come up with a timeline, and that's one of the things, they may have been doing the day before or something, and they wanted to make it on that day. But do I believe, and I bet you there was no Paw Patrols in that pot whenever those plants had been transplanted. Probably recently, but not that day. And I bet you the two toys in her hands, I bet she went in the house. The boys wouldn't, go down the basement if she did want to go to the basement. They didn't want to go. What she did is when she came in that house, she obviously picked up a couple of the toys off the floor that she already had been playing with. Went over, hang out with her brothers. Asked the one to go in the basement. He wouldn't go, so she went right back out that kitchen door where Candus and Candus was with those toys in her hand. And whatever happened from there obviously happened, right? And those toys more than likely was, like as I said, on the ground, and they just put them in that planter. Where else are they going to put them, really? Right? Candus probably picked them up after Candus took off the first time. Right? When Candus took off, when Candus stuck her phone in Donnie's truck to make sure the boys didn't hear it ring, right? Or anything, and left out of there the first time. Law enforcement told her she went out twice. The first time she left out, Candus probably seen the toys on the ground there, picked them up, put them in that plant, her planter. And that's how, how the planning thing came about. And I bet Summer didn't leave them toys there at all, because this is a child that don't got many toys. So she's not leaving nothing nowhere, right? When you don't got much, you don't leave it laying around places. It's just no. You keep those toys with you because those are your favorite toys. Yeah, I seen one picture. I don't know if it's her doll baby or some other child's doll baby, but I did see one picture where she was holding a doll. And I don't know whose doll it was, because she always hanging with this other little girl. And it seemed like the little girl that she was hanging with, her mom, they had a big horse that you could ride, one of those ponies on the porch. Remember that picture? that was at the other little girl's house. And it seemed like the other little girl had a lot of toys and stuff. Summer didn't seem to have a lot of anything. So it's very possible that that baby doll she was holding wasn't even hers. I don't know. But I know that she liked the Paw Patrol a lot. And those were two of the main Paw Patrol characters. So, and she was, if you remember right, Candus said she was right inside the kitchen there, sitting on the floor playing with her toys when she called her out to help do the planting. So yeah. And Jody Sue said, she was there. Matter of fact, at one time, Jody Sue said she had been planting across the road at the bottom of her driveway, right? So, let me see what's going on in the chat here for a second. Who is Steph? Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Somebody giving a heartfelt apology. If you're talking about Trevor, he did. Absolutely. And absolutely, he's forgiven, right? I didn't boot him. I didn't time him out, right? And I asked people not to time him out or boot him. So, I mean, in this YouTube world, people will apologize, but that apology is empty sometimes, right? I mean, I can say sorry all I want. I can say sorry, trip you and say sorry, and then trip you again. Right? What I'm saying is, actions speak louder than words. Right? I mean, if he's truly sorry for what he did, then he don't, it's not my forgiveness he needs, it's God's, right? It's not my forgiveness he needs, it's God's forgiveness he needs. All of us have to forgive in order to be forgiven, right? I have no problem forgiving people. I mean, he was forgiven before he ever even asked for it. Where I'm concerned. Like I tell people, we agree to disagree. At the end of the night, we hug it out, right? We move on our different ways. I mean, don't sit in here and try to make PG look like, his apology fell on some deaf ears, because it didn't. It didn't. It's just that, my God says, hey, actions speak louder than words. Right? He apologized. That's great. But, let's move to the future, right? Let's move to the future and see if those actions add up to what his words were, right? See if that goes down. But I'm tired of people always trying to make me out to be the bad person. I'm not. I'm not the bad guy. I don't think I'm bad at all. Why am I bad? Because I actually stand my ground? Because I'm not willing to take no shit? And I'm not. You know why? Because I don't have to. I don't have to. You know why evil people do what they do to people out here? Because they can. Because they can. That's the reason they do it. Because they can. Well, not where I'm concerned. You fucking can't. You can't. I mean, you can. But you know what? Ain't gonna be good for you. Right? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Every action has a reaction. Every action has a reaction. You should, evil people know that. They're not, they're not that uneducated. I hope not. But if I go do something evil, I just assume that, if the people I did it to don't pay me back, God will. Some way, somehow, somewhere down the line, that shit's gonna come home. Right? It's gonna come roosting. Right on your fucking rooster. So, you don't get away with nothing. People don't get away with nothing in this world. But, don't come at me sideways and expect me to just, take it. Oh, they're picking on me. Give me a pity party, everybody. They're picking on me. No, I don't need a pity party. What I need is everybody step back and let me show these motherfuckers a dose of their own medicine, right? A dose of their own medicine. And you know what? They don't like it, do they? They don't like it. They absolutely don't like it. Well, if you don't like it, then quit dosing it out. Right? But don't make me the bad person. That's the problem in this world today. I don't know when evilness started looking to be righteous and righteous started to look evil. But somewhere that happened. The minds of people out there have been altered. And you know what? That's a scary thought. Not for my mind, because mine ain't been altered. But for people's minds out there that have been altered, you're gonna get you're gonna get a hell sentence, man. You better check yourself. You better check yourself. Right? You better start using that freaking noggin that God gave you. Sits up there on your, sits up there on your shoulders. Most people call it a head. But, that bitch ain't supposed to be empty. Supposed to have a brain up in there somewhere. I suggest people start using it. Because I'm going to tell you, right is right and wrong is wrong. There ain't no Mr. in between. Evilness is not righteousness. Righteousness is not evilness. Righteous is righteous. Somebody come at your ass sideways, I don't think you're going to take it. So why are you going to ask somebody else to do that? Right? And if you do, if you are one of them people that sit down and cry in a corner, that's on you. That is on you, man. Don't ask me to do that, because that ain't me. Right? I don't sit down in no damn corner and cry. You know? You got to stand up. You got to stand up. I'm going to tell you something. You don't fight, you ain't going to win. Survivors, people out here to survive, they're fighters. And in today's world, you got to fight every single day. You got to fight the hell out of that evilness. I mean, I started a lie tonight, and right off the bat, what happened? Satan popped up, right? Satan popped up. Do you think those people belong to God that popped in here and did what they did tonight? Really? Those people are, they ain't godly in the least. Right? Not in the least. I know, obviously you don't know your God, sweetheart. Absolutely not. You don't know your God, because if you did, you wouldn't be sitting there telling a bold-faced stinking lie right now. Trevor's the one that said he liked it in his backside. He thought it felt good. So please, don't put that off on me. That came out his own mouth, right? Out of his own mouth. So don't even go there. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no fucking ideal. The only ideal you have in your head is you dislike me and you want to use that little scenario, right, that you're right there using, you know, to cause a problem with. That's what you're doing. You know, you're trying to twist things to suit your narrative. Well, bitch, that don't happen here, right? They don't happen here. Satan has no power here, because this YouTube right here was put together by God for this little girl. So, you know, you think you're going to come over here with your freaking twisted tongue, your fucking black soul and your twisted tongue in your mouth and try to say you know God. I don't think, girl, you don't know God. You do not know God, or you wouldn't be sitting there telling a bold-faced ass lie. Right there. PG didn't insinuate nothing. Trevor insinuated that on his own. Get it straight. We all fucking heard it. You know, nobody in here is deaf. Only one, you know, you heard it too. You just want to twist it, as I said, to fit your little stinky fucking narrative in here tonight. Get the hell out of here. I rebuke you, bitch. Get the hell out of here. In the name of Jesus Christ, you got to flee your ass, right? See ya. Don't even have to block ugliness like you. Right? Don't even have to block ugliness like you. You just nasty. In here with your freaking twisted black tongue. You got me bent. You take your slithering ass and go slither it right back over into somebody else's channel like the Hell Cell, right? That's where you get away with telling your lies. Not in here. Sissy Donald and Sissy Wells is just a lady that has, from far back as I can remember, just jokes around. She just plays around and says funny little things, you know, like people want her Donnie and one thing and another. It's nothing but a joke. It doesn't need to be taken serious. I mean, come on, people's got to lighten up a little bit. I mean, I know, you know, I know a 5-year-old missing child is serious, right? But hell, we put up with one lie after the other, one lie after the other, one lie after the other. We put up with all of these creators, keeping Don Wells from running his chops, which could have, you know, gave us a lot of information where Summer's at, but now we ain't going to know. By telling him to shut up brought awareness that he might fuck up. So now we won't, you know, we ain't going to get that information, right? And, you know, same way with Candus. Same way with Candus, you know. We're going to have a live, and anybody that talks about Summer is going to get blocked or timed out at the Benny Keys party house over there, right? So, you know, there you go. I mean, a lot of information that we could have had early on, we didn't get. We didn't get none of it. Why? Why? Because these creators didn't want none of it. They didn't want none of it. It wasn't about Summer for them. And the sooner that, you know, people learn to face that truth, the better off everyone's going to be. Everyone's going to be. There's people, you know, they wanted to shut Don and Candus's mouth so they can make them look guilty. But really all they did was stopped important information we could have gotten. They could have, you know, possibly solved this case. That's what happens when you got a bunch of uneducated morons running a YouTube, right? Now, if they had a bunch of educated people out here running the YouTubes, like, you know, detectives and so forth and so on, then we would got a lot farther with Summer's case, because they would have knew to let them suspects talk. They would have knew to get all the information possible out of those suspects, right? They would have knew to let them slip up. They would have encouraged them to talk, right? But they didn't, right? They didn't. So it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Well, that's true, CJ. When someone tells a lie, they're staring away from the truth. But what is that truth? You know, only that truth is going to bring Summer home. And those are the fragments we don't got. So, you know, that we could have had they been allowed to talk, right? I mean, these people are too busy, you know, with billboard funds and reward fund, anything they could possibly scam a few hundred or thousand from. That's what they was most focused on, right? And I don't think any of them was ever really for Summer at all. You know, they're for content. And it is what it is, right? But I think Jody Sue saying that, you know, she was there that day is basically implicating herself, as in everything that day was bullshit. something, something right off the bat must have happened as soon as Candus and Grandis got home. Now, I don't know if something happened. I don't know if something happened at the, because, if you remember right, Hunter really wanted Summer to be awake when he got out of the car. He was shooting for the narrative of Summer being awake and not asleep when he got out of that vehicle, right? I mean, Allie saying she was asleep in the back seat, that Candus said she was asleep. But Hunter, on the other hand, was really fighting to say, no, 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 no. She was awake, right? So I found that, I felt that was a red flag, right? So really something could have happened, and then Hunter coming out and saying, oh crap, that's my pop, I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Just go around and not say any, whatever's tearing him apart inside. And at the time he's saying this, everything was good with him and his girlfriend. They were having no issues. So it had to be something else, right? That this boy was wanting to talk about. And I mean, this is the things you got to look up, you got to look upon. Now, if this is so, then Hunter is involved. Candus is involved. And when they got home, somehow they involved Jody Sue as well. Maybe, they don't know what happened to her. Come help us, come and help us. Is there anything you can do? And, so she would know as well, right? What happened. And she was, she is part of the problem instead of the, the cure, right? She's a problem instead of a solution. So, there you go. That's what it's looking like to me. Yeah, you're so right. Sugar boom boom. Absolutely. The cans do. They do. They're better than the bottles. The bottles go flat too fast, right? They just go flat. I don't know why. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Remember when Dawn said Summer loved playing outside and that it was her downfall? And when he said he had to constantly fuss her for playing behind the vehicles, maybe she got ran over. Nah, I don't think so. She didn't have time to get run over. She didn't have no time to get run. Whatever happened to Summer happened ASAP after they got home. You got Jody Sue saying that, that, and I kind of agree with Jody Sue. I agree with Jody Sue. When she says that, that timeline was bullshit. When she says that timeline's bullshit, I agree. Because Summer wouldn't have left her toys. She would not have left her toys in that plant like that. I'm telling you, those toys were dropped onto the ground. They were dropped on the ground or left in the back of Grandma's car. Maybe she had them with her when she was, maybe she had them with her when she went to the doctor's, right? With Grandma that morning. Maybe she had her Paw Patrols in the car with her or in her pocket, and they fell out. Anyway, those Paw Patrols, I do not believe was put into those plants by Summer's hands. I think they were put in there by someone else's. Because poor kids just don't do that. They don't do that. Especially with favorite toys. They need their toys, right? So, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people right now are trying to speak up, trying to. Everybody's entitled. Everybody's entitled to, I know there's a lot of people, trying to get the wells to smell like roses right now. I know this. Okay? I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it. They're trying to get the wells to smell like roses because the wells are talking with them. And they don't want to lose that contact, right? They don't want to lose that contact. And, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? And the wells are smooth talkers. I mean, Donald has a way of being nice and Candus, she can be nice as well, right? They can be nice. So, but at some point, they're going to get the same thing that Cher got, Benny Keys got, Cam and Allie got, right? They're going to get rolled off the fucking hill. They're going to, they're going to get told, go get fucked. Right? If you think the Wells don't know what they're doing to these people, they do. The Wells do that. And I mean, they can keep it up for a while, right? And they ain't going to tell you nothing. They know what you're seeking. They know what you want. And they ain't going to give it to you. They ain't going to give you a damn thing that's going to be able to get them arrested and put in prison. They're not going to do that. They're too smart for that one, whether you believe it or you don't. They are definitely too smart for that one. Because they know. They know, Don and Candus Wells were homeless people, right? These are people that have actually been out there and they know not to trust no one. I mean, they are damn schooled on life. They are schooled on two-faced people, right? They know every human has two sides to them, right? Every human has two faces, two sides. They got their nice side, they got their shitty side. Depends on what day it is, which one you're going to be talking to. So, with that being said, the Wells know better. They definitely know better. And what they do is, they get some fresh meat to play around with and to mentally fucked up, run around the bush, run around to just toy with, have fun with, fuck with. to give themselves something to do. Because this is how Don and Candus Wells bonds with each other, right? That's how they bond. That's their bonding. Is to, it's me and you, baby, against the world. Let's play with them. They want to play, let's play. And you know, these people end up getting hurt. They end up going crazy. They end up all of a sudden, fuck the Wells, right? Pieces of shit. And I mean, it just is what it is. And they know exactly what, you know, what they're going to do to these people before they do it. You know, you can't warn these people. No matter how hard you try, you can't warn them. I mean, they get sucked in to Satan's, you know, into Satan's presence, right? With the Wells. And they get all that evilness all over them, and they can't, and you know, it turns on them, and they can't handle it, right? They can't handle it, and that's sad. You know, it's sad to see, but you try to tell people, they just hate on you, right? Don't ever go tell. Don't ever go tell some spouse that one spouse or the other is messing around on them. Even if you see it, don't say it. Don't say it. Because the minute you do, you're the enemy. Those two are sucking face, and you're the piece of shit. So I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes it's just best to stay out of some people's business, right? Don't let that ass be swift to run to trouble. Let that trouble handle itself, right? Not your business. Not your business. Take care of your own household. Take care of oneself. Stay busy with you and leave those people be. Because the only thing that's going to happen is you're the one that's going to become the enemy. Right? There you go. So, I don't get into that shit. I don't get into it. I do try to warn people I love, that I really care about. I hope they listen. But, you know, if they don't, that's on them. That's all I can do. You know, but they can't come back and blame me and say, well, why didn't you say something? Or why didn't you tell me? So, you know. Yeah, Tim Mullins, do you hear, PG? I'm sure Tim Mullins listens to everything, right? That creepy mother freaker, man. He is so creepy. Tim Mullins, if you are listening, you are creepy, dude. You are super fucking creepy. I seen you taking your camera and zooming it in on people and shit. You're a weirdo. Like, straight up freaking weird. Right? You're just really freaking creepy. I promise you. This guy will take that camera and he'll zoom in, and if there's a bunch of houses, it's like zoom in and right back out. But if he finds a house that is like isolated, like freaking isolated, he will zoom on it and really stay there, and then zoom back, talk, you know, once it's like, oh, people's going to notice this, he pulls it back, and then but it's bothering him because he really wants to, you know, keep looking, so he zooms back in on it, right? Because he's a freak. That's what you are, Tim Mullins. You're a freak. You're a fucking super freaky dude. Seriously, straight up. I remember when he popped up around the Wells too. They were hiding in the basement, freaking watching him. He's out there all over their yard and shit. Little creeper. He's a creeper. Yeah, he inserted himself into this case as well. And, you know, That's a red flag, right? This guy just comes out of nowhere. This weird creeper comes out of nowhere, sneaking around the yard looking at things. While the Wells are hiding from him. And then he comes back. He comes back when they got the door open and can't hide. He's a real freaking creeper. Yeah, it is true. It is absolutely true. Evil people, evil people. Ask them why they do evil stuff, and they'll tell you because they can. Because they can. It's up to you to say no. You fucking can't, right? Not today. Not today, motherfucker. You done met your match here, right? Done met your match, bitch. If they think it's because they can, then I have to show them what I can do too. Right? Here you go. What's good for the goose, good for the gander. And everybody likes a cooked goose, right? Everybody likes that cooked goose. Summer Wells is the child of her family. Lady, you're the whole reason that a lot of missing children's cases go unsolved, right? It's people like you. It's people like you that allows children in this world to be abused. It's people like you that ain't willing to stand up and fight for no one. It's people like you that don't understand the law. If you understood the law, then you understand the law don't ever solve any cases without we the people getting information, turning it in that leads to the arrest of the people that done this. So, I'm going to boot your ass because personally, you're blocked. I don't want to put up your face in here tonight. I really don't. If you ain't for children and you ain't willing to stand that ass up and fight for these children, then, go sit your fucking ass down and watch a fucking movie, right? Get the hell out of here. If you want to leave it up to the suspects that possibly did this to this baby, instead of questioning them and pressuring law enforcement to, not return these boys to them, and standing up for this little girl that is missing and needs to be found, no matter whose head you got to step on, then get the fuck up out of here. Why are you even here anyway? Go leave it up to the parents and law enforcement in your own small little fucking mind, okay? And be happy with that, you dumb bitch. Why the fuck you come in here for? Right? That's what you want to do. Go do it. Nobody's stopping that ass. Right? That's what I got to say. Jody Sue's daughter said, I didn't hear Jody Sue's daughter say she saw Summer in any state. What I did hear Jody Sue's daughter say was her dad attacked. It sounded like her dad was attacking Bubs, which is her brother. Bugs, whatever they call that guy. Anyway, yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. That Daddy was telling him that he had to go more or less clean up his mess, right? He was the last one to see Summer's dead body. So that's what was said. But I didn't hear the little girl ever say, actually, I didn't hear the little girl say anything else other than that. Yeah, LOL, right, PG. Yeah, Benny Keys hates to hear me say right. That's why I'm going to make sure that I keep it a permanent fixture in my vocabulary, right? There you go, Benny. I'm going to make sure, hon. Keep it a permanent fixture. Then he'll be saying she can't say her P's right. Right? I noticed she's got a problem with her S's. Benny wants me to say the whole alphabet for him. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Right? He likes that. He likes that. Mommy's little boy. He likes to learn, right? He likes to learn new things like his ABCs. Right? My mommy's so lucky. There you go, Benny. Mommy's so lucky. But yeah, if Jody Sue is placing herself at the wells on the day Summer came up missing and knows for a fact that none of what Candus said is true, then Jody Sue obviously knows what happened to Summer, because Summer definitely was in that vehicle. There's a picture of her in the back seat laying on the milk jugs. So Jody, when that vehicle came in there, if she was there, then she absolutely knows what happened to that baby. So why ain't she just telling it? Why ain't she just coming out and telling the truth, right? For Summer's sake. For Summer's sake, from what Jody Sue is saying, whatever happened to Summer happened on 110 Ben Hill Road, and it was someone's fault right there on 110 Ben Hill Road. She's saying that one of the 5 people that were there that day, 3 boys, Candus and Candus, she's saying one of these people, or maybe herself, is the reason for Summer no longer being here. She put herself on the property. We didn't. Right? So, what do you guys think about that? And she did lie. She got with Candus and she did help make up a story, right? Because Candus asked her to change it to fit the timeline better. So she should know if that timeline is bullshit or not, and I always felt it was bullshit because I knew she was in on it, making shit up with Candus because they were talking about changing it. So, that's no surprise to me. And I knew when they were if they were in cahoots on the timeline like that, making up the timeline, then obviously Jody Sue knew what happened, right? I figured that early on. I figured that one early on. You know, like I always said, I didn't think it was a me thing. I thought it was a we thing. Meaning more people than, more people were involved than one. You know? I didn't know if it was some fucking occult shit or if it was, some pedo ring going on or, I wasn't sure what it was. But I sure to hell truly believe there was way more people involved than just the Wells, right? And it seems like possibly Hunter, Candus, Grandis, and Jody Sue, it seems like they're all in on this. Now, what happened? We don't know. We don't know. Right? We have no idea what exactly happened. But we do know, we do know by what we do know by what we've heard and what we have right now that no Summer did not wander off. No Summer was not abducted. And Dom Wells said, he knew they were wasting their time searching for her. And if you know they're wasting their time searching for her, then you obviously know what happened to her. So Dom Wells is no stranger to this game either. He's no stranger to what happened to Summer. He already knows. Because if you know what didn't happen, then you got to know what did. Because you can say, I don't think she would do this. I mean, I truly don't know. And it needs to be looked into, right? You're going to be like, I don't know, so I want it looked into. Donna wasn't like, I don't think that she would wander off. But I don't know, so we need to look into it. He wasn't like that. He was like, I freaking know she didn't, and you need to get the hell fucking out of here off my property and quit stomping all over the place. She's not there. Right? It just, it's like, that plain, that simple. So if he's able to say, rightfully that he absolutely knows she wasn't there, like he was, then he knowed what was. I think they all knew, because I'll tell you why. They weren't hanging up flyers. They wasn't out searching for her. They was doing nothing. Nothing. I mean, law enforcement did more than the Wells. The strangers have done more than the Wells. Everybody's done more than the Wells. And if the Wells truly did not know what happened to their daughter, then they truly wouldn't care who came up there and searched for her on that land, just so at some point she's found, right? They would have the need to know. They would have the need to know if she was anywhere out there. And they would have the need to let people do whatever it took to find her. But they're not willing to do that. No one's searching this property. Don't come on this property. No, you can't look around this property. There you go. There you go. I mean, I know for a fact that there's been people offered to pay for insurance that will cover anyone getting hurt on that property if they would just let people come and look. And the Wells said no. So it wouldn't be a liability, but they still said no. So there you go. They you know, they truly know exactly what happened to Summer. And you know, it'll be by the grace of God, if we ever find out what happened to this little girl. Now, you know, did they sell her? I don't know. Did Candus go mayhem on her? I don't know. Did something happen at the swimming hole? I don't know. But one thing for damn sure, they do. They do. And they're lying their asses off. And it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. And I, you know, other people could sit there and they can, and you know, they can take up for the Wells if you want to. Do that. Do that little thing. Go for it. I refuse to do it. I totally and utterly refuse to do it because I'm going to tell you why. There's 3 little boys. There's 3 little boys that could possibly get returned back to that hellhole. And the same thing repeat itself. Because I'm going to tell you something. If Candus went mayhem on Summer, she'd go mayhem on one of them. If that's what happened. If, you know, if they sold one child, they'll sell another one. People buy little boys too. What I'm saying is, whatever the hell went on up there, you got 3 children that you know, do not need to go back. They do not need to return to that kind of nightmare. We do not need history repeating itself. And I will not, any way, form, or how, for those boys' sake and for Summer's sake, I will not kiss the Wells' ass just to have them come on our live or come into our chat. I don't give a fuck they come in the chat. I don't give a fuck they come on this live. I don't give a damn. Right? I don't give a damn. We don't need the Wells. What we need is the truth to bring this baby home and get justice for her. What we need is to not let what happened to Summer be in vain. I mean, it took her to save her brothers. Let us not forget that. Let us not forget what it took to pull the boys out of that hellhole. They should have all been pulled out sooner. But they weren't. And it took her to save her brothers. And I'll be damned if I see what it took this little girl to say go back into that cesspool of fucking ugliness. No. Dom Wells came up on our own panel. And I said, if and when you get the boys back, if you get the boys back, and when you get them back, what is going to be different? He couldn't even answer it. He could not even answer it. Anyone could have answered that. Anyone serious could have answered that. What I'm saying is these people see nothing wrong with who they are and what the fuck has been done. They ain't willing to give up none of their evilness for their children. They ain't willing to give up the substance abuse. They ain't willing to give up the alcoholism. They're not willing to give up anything. Nothing. Right? For these children. So why? Why is people trying to join? Why are they trying to join hands with this evilness? Why are they trying to join hands with this evilness and get these babies back into that cesspool? That fucking hellhole that it took this little girl to get them out of. She's gone, man. She's gone. She is gone. The neighbors around them are scared to death that the Wells are going to plant something on their property to try to bring them down. I mean, all the neighbors, if all the neighbors think that, you know, the neighbors know people very well, right? Don't think your neighbors don't know you. Neighbors know one another. They get to know one another. Hey, UFC Frog, how you doing, sweetie? It's good to see you. God bless. God bless. Much love. Prayers for you, man. God bless. Yeah. So, you know, don't expect PG to join hands. I don't. I ain't joining hands with the devil just to get the Wells around here. Ain't happening. PG, the only hands I hold is the hands of Jesus Christ. I walk with my Lord. My God goes before me. My Lord goes with me. And those angels from heaven watch over me. I don't join hands with the devil. Now, if other people want to do that for the money or the content or whatever, I said go for it. But this channel will not. This channel will not do that at all. If the Wells want to come around this channel, they will speak of their daughter. They will talk about their daughter. And as far as I'm concerned, if they can't talk about their daughter, they're guilty motherfuckers anyway. Stop avoiding the topic, Dawn, Candus Wells. That is what guilty people do. They avoid the topic because they don't want to talk about it due to the fact, one, it makes you feel fucking guilty for what the hell you did. And two, you're afraid you will slip up and get your ass fucking caught up and put in prison, right? Say one little wrong thing, you're done. There you go. One little wrong thing. That's why you want to avoid the topic. You want to act like your daughter didn't ever exist. Because in my opinion, you're the reason she exists no more. And in your evil little fucking heads and your little minds, somehow, you're able to feel like you had a right to do what was done. Oh, it was an accident. So therefore, it's nobody's business because I shouldn't have to go to prison for an accident. I'm going to tell you something. No motherfucking accident. I'll tell you what an accident is, Candus. I'll tell you what an accident is. An accident is when you sneeze and possibly piss yourself. That's an accident. Right? An accident is when you sneeze and spit flies out your mouth onto someone else and you couldn't stop it. That's an accident. An accident is when you backed up and bam, you didn't see the person behind you because they just pulled in, and when you looked, they wasn't there. That's an accident. These are accidents. Literally putting a pillow in your car to piss on because you're too lazy to go to the bathroom is not an accident. That is just nasty. That is just fucking laziness and nasty. Thinking you can go and just whack people as hard as you want and there's going to be no freaking judgment for it. That isn't an accident. That is premeditated bullshit. Right? That little girl came out of the house and you had a bad day and went mayhem on her. That ain't an accident. That's a choice you fucking made, knowing the consequences before it happened. But it still happened anyway because your choice was to do it instead of back away from it. That ain't an accident. Planning ahead of time to sell your child for disgusting reasons. If indeed that happened, Donald. Oh, I knew the time. I was crying in that picture. I was crying because I knew time's running out. That's premeditated. That's premeditated selling your child. That ain't a fucking accident. That's gross. That's fucking disgusting. That is not giving a damn. And I tell you what, that's a prison sentence right there. And one that people like that need to serve if indeed they did it, right? They ain't none of that an accident. Exactly. Negligence. Anyway it goes. In my opinion, them motherfuckers are the whole reason their child's gone. Nobody else is at fault but them. And if anybody should be prosecuted, it should be them. And I guarantee you at some point they will be. At some point they will be prosecuted. Trust and believe that. They think they're getting away with something they're not. At some point they're going to get prosecuted, right? Or end up burning in hell anyway. I mean, people that are that selfish and self-seeking as Don and Candus Wells are, that love playing evil, fucking spiteful, dirty little games the way they do, even with their missing daughter's case. Creeps like that, I ain't got no time for. I don't have time for it. I hate people like that. I despise them. Those are the people that make everyone else's life miserable. Those are the people that at some point, if the law don't get them, God will. Trust and believe that. We all going to meet our maker. We're going to all meet our maker. The whales are no fucking exception. They're going to meet the maker too. Right? Maybe a lot sooner than they think. Maybe a lot sooner than they think. They've been having a whole lot of go bad in their life, right? Whole lot of going bad in their life since little Summer come up missing. You know, it is what it is. When you do evil, you send out evil, it's going to come back and get your ass. It always goes back to its owner. Trust and believe that. So, keep doing that evilness, Don, Candus. You know, keep lying. Satan's the father of all liars, right? The devil is definitely the father of all liars. The Bible says that. God Almighty. It's right there in his word, his book. I sure wouldn't want to be you. That's what I thank God for. That's what I thank God for every day. Is I'm not like them. I'm not like none of them evil people out there. And I thank God for it. Oh, they try to make you like that. Misery loves company, right? Nobody wants to slide in hell alone. But they gonna be sliding alone. They're gonna be sliding that ass right down in there alone. You know, the thing about evil people is they always think that, you know, they're gonna live forever and they can put off really getting saved and getting right with God till the last minute. That's premeditated. God knows. You know, Jesus said today is the day. Today is the day. He didn't say tomorrow. He said today is the day to come to me. Today is the day to follow me. So you think that premeditated bullcrap, that you ain't done with your evilness, so you're going to put God off. You're going to put off what Jesus told you to do today till tomorrow. Well, what you might find tomorrow is God done turned his face away from you, turned you over to a reprobate mind, and you ain't going to get called or be able to be saved anyway. Yeah, you sit in that church pew holding on, not going forward the way God's calling you, and you're holding on. Well, I'll tell you what, you ain't going to have to worry about holding on that seat at some time, because he ain't going to be calling you to get up and come down there. You ain't going to get that feeling, because you done turned away from God too many times, and now he's turned away from you. That's going to be the scary day in some people's lives. It ain't when they're holding on to that seat. It's going to be when he ain't getting called to even come down there. That's when it's going to scare you. You're going to want to be called, and you're not. So you better get that butt out of that seat and run to the front of that pew. And you better get down and ask God to forgive everything you've done. And if you want to be with Jesus Christ, you want to accept him into your life, because today is the day to do it. If you ain't done it, you better be getting it done, because I'm going to tell you what, the way this world's going right now, a lot of people are going to be left behind. They're going to be left behind. Do you have enough nerve to get your head chopped off? Are you going to be able to walk in there and walk up, stick your head in that freaking swoop machine? Really? Easier said than done, right? Or are you going to get coached into that number because you just ain't ready to die? Well, Jesus told you today is the day, not tomorrow. Should have been ready. Should have took him up on that offer. That's all I can say. Should have took him up on his offer. Well, it was good. Right? Oh, well. I took him up on that offer. I take him up on that offer every day. Every day. That's why I come in here with the truth. You know, people don't hate me, then I must not be doing something right. It says that you'll be hated for his namesake. Right? And I'm surely hated. So I must be doing something right. Don and Candus Wells needs to do something right too. They need to at least let their daughter be found and put to rest. If they do nothing else, do that. Do that little thing. Blame it on whoever the hell you want to, but at least let her be found. You a special kind of evil when you do it, and you hide it that good. You a special kind of evil. There's a lot of evil people in this world. But I'm going to, and they do bad things. Man, but at least they let the person be found. Let them be put to rest. They ain't that fucking evil. There's a special place in hell for people, you know, if indeed the Wells done this to their child and hit her like that to not ever even be put to rest. They are a special kind of fucking evil. Right? And they'll definitely deserve what's coming to them. Whether they get it here or in the future. They deserve it. That little girl did not deserve whatever happened to her. And Jody Sue and her disgusting, sick fucking mouth and her bullshit in all of this case fucking it up. This bitch has got an agenda in this case for something. To fuck up little Summer's case the way she has. Yeah. Jody Sue, you definitely got your hands dirty in this. There's definitely blood on you. Summer's blood. Summer's blood is all over you, bitch. That's all I got to say. Because you have tore her case apart. Whether you've just been outright lying to screw her case up, or you've been telling the truth. Either way it goes, your hands are stained. You're definitely stained up. It's disgusting what you have done. Because if you're lying, then you totally and utterly messed up the truth coming out. If you're telling the truth, then you're a real piece of fucking shit. Right? Because you know, and even you won't tell. So either way it goes, nobody has any respect for you any longer as well. You're just a piece of shit. Sitting over there, running your mud flaps. A mile-a-fucking minute. Yeah, she's over there doing 60, right? In the slow lane. pause, pause, pause. Right? That's you, Jody Sue. Hour long before you say another sentence. Freaking disgusting. Disgusting. She wants to see if her chat actually cares enough to stay there on her fucking 45-minute pauses, right? And she don't go nowhere. She just sits there and looks out into Bolivia, right? Like she done went into a trance. I'd be clicking my fingers and shit, trying to wake her up, right? Fucking earth to Jody Sue. Dumb bitch. That shit can get nerve-wracking. For real. I'm not playing. That's the truth. She really does that shit. She really does. I'm like, bitch, I just gotta be fucking praying that you don't dirty delete this shit, right? I just gotta be praying because I can't take your pauses. I gotta watch that shit I gotta watch that shit after she does it live. So you can fast forward through all them 30-minute pauses. Oh yeah, there's her mouth moving again. Stop, you know? You get one sentence, then you fast forward it another fucking 45, 50 minutes. Oh, there's her mouth moving again. Nah, sorry. That was just her mumbling around her own lips. What the fuck? She does that shit too, right? Mumbles around her own lips. Looks like she's talking and she ain't. Yeah, bitch set us up. Think she's saying something, she wasn't saying shit. Crazy. I'm telling you. She be making me have, I'd be ready to go through the screen, right? I'm like, psh. Thank God they ain't fucking invented, where you could teleport over there, right? You see PG popping the fuck up all the time. It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good at all. That's the one fucking time I would be on camera, right? I wouldn't give a shit. Oh, God. Anyway. Yeah. No matter how it goes with Jody Sue, it's not good. I don't care what anybody says. Somehow she's in it. And whether it's just a lie and mess this baby's case all to hell and back, for self-gain, whether it be money, to cover up, whatever it is, it's evil as hell. It's evil, pure evilness. And I think her channel should be shut down. I really do. I think that is one person that truly needs to be shut down. She's a suspect. People shouldn't even go there and listen to her. They shouldn't give her the time of day after what she's done to this little girl. Right? whether, like I said, it be lying or telling the truth. It's all bad. It's all bad no matter how you look at it. It's fucking bad, and it's pure evilness. Summer needs to be found, and she ain't doing a damn thing to help Summer's case whatsoever. All she's doing is making it worse to get to the truth, right? She's making it worse. And I think that, I truly believe that there should be a law that if you say it out here to the people, it's the same as a confession to the law themselves. And that way, they could solve a lot more cases, because you wouldn't have wiggling tongues like hers out here fucking it all up, right? There you go. Because she would have clearly been in prison. She'd have already been locked away if that would have been the case. Yeah, I agree. If they can keep up in the woods, they're able to keep up on her channel, right? They have to be like her to listen to her. God knows that. Anybody else would go fucking insane, right? Oh, pom-pom, mommy of 2. I appreciate that, sweetie. A super sticker. Yes. God bless. Absolutely. God bless. I appreciate that support for Summer's channel. God bless, hon. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, Papa Mommy, another super sticker. $10. Wow. I so appreciate that. God bless. God bless. Wow. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. We never knew. Candus has already used words claiming Summer as her personal property, hence telling everyone that what happened to her business and no one else's. No. It's not her business. It's everyone's business, right? It's everyone's business, Candus. When a child comes up missing, that and Child Protective Services swoop in and remove 3 other children for we the taxpayers to keep up, it becomes all of our business. Sorry, hon, but you're not going to get away with that one. Absolutely not. And when you're a main suspect, it even becomes more of our business, right? It becomes more of our business. And you know what? If your ass wasn't guilty, then you wouldn't care to make it everybody's business, because you need all the help you could get to get your daughter back. So right there, that little fucking, if indeed you made that statement, Candus, if indeed you did make that statement, then you know what? That just shows more guilt. That just shows more guilt on you, right? There you go. There you have it. Of course, a guilty person is going to say these words. They're going to say these words to try to back people off from their ass getting a jail sentence, right? No, I'm afraid it's all of our business. We, the taxpayers, pay LE, which is law enforcement. We pay all the officers to do their job. It's our tax money that pays their paychecks, Candus. So if it's law enforcement's business, which this case is very much so, then it's all of our business too. Because who do you think pays law enforcement? Ha! We the people, right? Right. We pay them. We pay them to get to the truth. We pay them so we know the truth. We make it our business to make sure that they make it their business to get to know your business. It's a chain reaction. And your business is their business, and their business is our business because we pay them to get your business. Because right now, your number one suspect is your daughter missing. What ain't our business is when you're taking care of all four of your children, they're all home and they're safe, and you're doing the job you're supposed to be doing, then it's not our business. But you weren't doing that. So when you quit doing that, or actually, you wasn't ever doing that. You were just getting away with not doing it because Child Protective Services wasn't doing their job. And their job was to remove all of those kids way sooner than they got removed. It's sad that they didn't, but hey. I guess this is what it had to come to save the boys. So a statement like that just goes, if indeed she made that statement, that even shows more guilt on her, right? On her. So there you go. And those kids were taken. They were taken because, yes, and not only did they fail the, substance abuse test, but also, they're suspects in the case of their missing daughter. They're not cooperating with law enforcement, and therefore it would be, hazardous to put the boys back in their custody because, yes, history could repeat itself. And if it did, man, would that not go good for Tennessee, right? That wouldn't go good for them at all. It would be really, really bad at that point. So, no, I don't think they're ever going to get the boys returned. I mean, they might return when they, 1821. I think because the boys are on, medications. See, it's 18. It's 18 for, the normal, normal human beings. But if you have, any type of disabilities or whatever, then it's 21. The state can hold them until they're 21. If they have, I mean, they can live in foster homes up until the age of 21 if they have any type of disabilities. 18 if they don't, they're usually turned out to go live on their own. But the two younger boys are so young that someone would probably just adopt them, and maybe even the people that have them now may just adopt them and raise them up until they're grown, right? So Right. If they didn't see something, it's very possible that yes, the extra time they stayed in the house with Don and Candus, I'm sure that they probably overheard some things, right? They probably heard Candus saying a lot, and possibly Donald too. I mean, I think Don and Candus's biggest fear is Child Protective Services taking full custody of their kids, and the kids not having to worry about going back, and then they might open up and tell everything, and that could get Don and Candus locked away forever, right? I think that that's what's going on. Adoption, yeah, they do change the children's names, absolutely. And not always, but most of the time, yes. Um, they brought in law enforcement brought in search dogs the day that Summer came up missing, which the first set of search dogs got messed up by the other dogs, and they had to bring in new ones. And it was getting really late. And then the next day, I'm sure they was bringing in a lot of they was bringing in not just the different types of search dogs, right? The kind that just for live people, and then the kind for just that smell cadabras. So there was different types coming through, and then they had some searches up there that where they was just using drones and stuff. That was coming in there. I think that was like Dave Rader's team that came in there. And then they did the surprise search, right? When Donald was going to work but decided to take a couple of days off due to the searches, keep Candus calm, right? So yeah, and they definitely wasn't going to leave the hill, right? Well, searchers are around, and that's a big red flag too, because if I didn't do anything, if I was innocent, right? If I was innocent, didn't do anything, I had nothing to do with something that went on, some criminal act that went on. And I'm going to come. Okay, surprise! They show up with the search team. Great. I'm going to go on and go to work. And if my better half doesn't want to stay home alone, then get that ass ready and let's go. Right? Let's go to work, because I'm not taking the days off of my job, money that I need, because of this shit. What do if I what I'm saying is, why do I need to be there if I ain't got something to hide, or I ain't afraid of a certain place they're going to look? So the Wells had to have some kind of fear about a certain place they were going to look in order to feel the need to be there and stay there and watch it all. That's what I'm talking about, right? So it's very possible Summer is right there on that property somewhere. And Candus did say she'll always be with me, right? Exactly. I mean, law enforcement knows that. That's why Ronnie Lawson came out and, and just put it on the table the way he put it on the table. I know a lot of people don't like Ronnie. I know, I know they don't. But I do. I do. I have faith in Ronnie Lawson. I do have faith in this man. Old Pruitt, not so much. Not so much. I think if Ronnie was a little younger and on this case by himself, he'd solve it. Ronnie Lawson would have solved this damn case. No doubt in my mind. That fucking Pruitt is the mess up in all of this. That guy, I don't think that guy could solve anything. He couldn't solve a freaking puzzle out of a Happy Meal. And that's the truth. He probably couldn't solve it if only one piece was missing and he had to put it in there. It'd take him all day. And then somebody else would have to show him how it fits in there. And hopefully don't fall out because he couldn't put it back if it did. This guy just, something about him, he can't solve shit. Right? He can't solve nothing. So, really, they should have put Ronnie in charge of that. Even as old as his ass is, right? Even as old as, I think that Pruitt's the one farting dust, not Ronnie. I think Ronnie, if Ronnie wanted to solve all of this, he could. He absolutely could. And I truly believe that. I really do. And I'm not giving up hope on that man either. I'm not. He promised that he's going to solve this case, and I truly believe him. I'm holding him to it. And I know Summer is. You think Summer don't want to be found? Of course she does. Could you only imagine how scared she was? Whatever happened to her? Could you only imagine what this baby went through? Of course she wants to be found. Of course she wants her story told. Absolutely. And he needs to be getting it done. And he needs to be telling it. Right? I really think it was Ronnie Lawson picked to tell Summer's story. Not Pruitt, but Ronnie. And I hope Ronnie knows that. And I hope he does what it takes to tell that little girl's story. I know a lot of people's mad at him because, they feel like he pulled strings or whatever for his son. Well, I'm going to tell you, I know a whole lot of people that pull strings for their son. I know a whole lot of people. It's hard for a parent, a real parent, to turn on their child. They just can't do it. I mean, at least it shows he was a real parent. Unlike the Wells, the man did care. And his son's ass still in jail. So, and I can't blame Ronnie for what happened to his son. You got to blame the court system because it was that judge. It was the judge, not Ronnie Lawson, but the judge that did that sentencing. So don't blame Ronnie. Blame the judge. Right? I mean, we all want to blame it, sometimes on the person that it had nothing to do with. I mean, even the Bible says that, you know, the father isn't responsible for his son's sins, and the son is not responsible for the father's sins. I mean, Ronnie Lawson has nothing to do. Ronnie Lawson is not in his son's skin, and his son is not in Ronnie's skin. You know, no more than you're in your child's skin. You can't make your children do what you want them to do. They're their own person. They are their own people. And no matter, you know, but it don't make you love them any less. You know, no matter how bad they are, you still love them. That's just, you know, that's just a parent instincts, right? You're going to love your children. And, you know, it ain't like Ronnie said, oh, suspend 19 years, give him 1 year, let him, you know, lay at home and watch a big color TV and eat out of the refrigerator while he's doing it. Ronnie don't have that kind of authority. You guys are giving Ronnie a lot more credit, you know, than he has. A lot more power than he has. That judge is the one that sentenced Ronnie Lawson's son. Why that judge suspended 19 years, gave him 1 year, told him he could be at home with a big screen and eating out of the refrigerator and DoorDash, I don't know. But that had nothing to do with Ronnie. Ronnie don't have that kind of power. That's crazy. And that judge just, you know, somebody needs to talk to the judge, not Ronnie. We are all in a position, whether we're law enforcement or not, even if Ronnie Lawson was not in law enforcement, he still is in a position to protect his child. There is, you know, we all have the power to obtain attorneys. We all have the power, you know, money talks, bullshit walks, right? We all have, you know, it's not about, you know, what you know. It's about who you know in this life. We all have the power to know, you know, higher up people in every field. If you make your rounds, you know, if you make your rounds, everybody starts to get to know you. You want to marry a rich man, you got to hang in rich circles. You want to marry a poor man, then, you know, hang in a poor circle, right? You want to marry a middle class man, then hang in a middle class areas. I mean, seek and you shall find, right? It's just how it is. You know? It's all up to you. You got to know what you want and then have the ass to get out there and get it. It's that simple. It's not hard. It's that simple. People make things complicated, but nothing's complicated. Nothing. Nothing in this life is that complicated. Not if you map it out first, right? You know what you want. You go after it. You will achieve it. Hell of a lot of work. Sometimes, you know, it depends on what you want. But you can achieve it. There is nothing impossible. With God, all things are possible. Everything. And, you know, I'm sure he does know the judges, but he can't make a judge make a decision. You see what I'm saying? It was that judge's decision to do what that judge done, not Ronnie's decision. I can ask you to help me bag and drag. Now it's your decision if you want to do that or not. Right? You know it's wrong, and you know you probably shouldn't be doing it. But you'd be surprised how many people would help you. You'd be surprised at how many people would help you. There's a lot more people that will help you do evilness than there is that will help you do righteousness. Just ask somebody to go out on a corner with you and hold up signs that Jesus Christ is coming, that you need to change your way. Praise the Lord, hallelujah. Read out of a Bible. Shout it. Sing old hymns for the whole world to hear. And you'll only have a few. But ask a bunch of people to go out and party. Have a damn good time. And you'll have a house full. There you go. There you go. Throw a big ass party on a Friday or Saturday night, and I'll tell you what, there'll be people coming in you don't even fucking know. People everywhere. Everywhere. But ask them to go to church on Sunday with you. See how many get up and do it. So, don't tell me. People love being evil. People love being in that cesspool of evilness. They love those bright lights. They love that whoop whoop. They love that feeling of being intoxicated and just having a damn good time. Even if they're going to feel like hell tomorrow, it's okay. Because that's the way they roll. Right? It's the way they roll. It was worth it. It was worth it. That was so much fun. Right? Yeah. So much fun. What's the fun in going to church Sunday morning? What's the fun of having a preacher feel like they're talking right to you about all your dirty deeds and your sins, making you feel bad? What's fun in that? What's the fun in feeling, that you need to go down to that altar and everybody's staring at you? Even though other people's doing it, you still feel like they're all looking at you. Right? What's the fun in that? What's the fun in going door to door and spreading the word of God? What's the fun in that? Because ain't too many people going to want to hear it. For everyone that opens their door, 500 is going to shut it. So what's the fun in that? Right? That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in today. The churches are empty and the bars are full. It just is what it is. And we're going to, and we're going to feel that other places ain't supposed to be in that cesspool, right? Like the court system, the law enforcement, the government. Hey, they're just humans too. They're not robots. They're humans just like everyone else. They mess up. That's what people do. It just is what it is. How is it signed for free phones? Yeah. Oh, you put a sign up, free phones, and they'll all be there. They'll all be there. Let a church be giving away free phones. And that's one way to get it full, right? Give away anything free. They'll all be there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, God takes us all in different directions, Lady Q. That's true. We all have a purpose in this life. Mine, I think, was to live for everyone else. Right? And that's always been okay with me. I don't mind living for others. Sometimes I think it's easier to live for others, so you don't have to live for yourself, right? Sometimes it's easier. Hey, I'm going to tell you that part in the Bible where it says, if you deny me, I would deny you before my Father. That's scary words right there. That is scary words. People better be afraid of that. Right? I hate to say it, but, you can't deny God. You better not deny God. I would be afraid to deny God. Even if it meant that you're going to no longer be in this world, you got to stand up and say, I believe. I believe. You got to stand for your God. God knows you stood for him. If you ain't never done nothing else good in your life, you better stand up that day, right? Even if it's going to be your last stand, you better be standing. You better not worry about, the carcass that people can take out of this world. What you better be worried about is the one that, is going to take your last breath and then has the choice to not let you have a second life either. A forever life. Oh, you'll have one in hell for eternity, but not one in heaven. God has control over the body and the soul. He says when your body's going to be gone, and he says where your soul's going to end up forever. That's all God's choice. You better stand up for God. Last thing you don't want to do, man, is deny your God. Deny Jesus Christ, his son. Somebody say, hey, you believe in Jesus Christ? I say, yeah, I do. Absolutely, don't you? And if they say, No. Then I tell them, that's your problem, man. I'm so happy I do. I got eternal life. It's sad. You know? It's sad to think about somebody's ass burning in hell because they choose not to believe righteously. That's on them. That's more room in heaven for me. Right? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, not that I need that room, but hey. It says that, you know, our God is a jealous God, you know? And he made us in the likeness of him, right? He made man in the likeness of himself. And if our God's a jealous God, then, you know, I guess I can't be faulted for wanting, you know, for wanting all the God that I can get, right? If other people don't want him, that's just more for me. And that's how Christians think, right? That's how they think. They don't care if you're a sinner. They don't care, you know, they don't care. I mean, sure, they'll talk to you. They'll try to change you, but if they can't, they shake the dust off their feet, walk on, and be like, you know, that's more God for me. And you got to look at it this way. If it cost $1 million to get into heaven, like you had to buy a ticket, and those tickets were $1 million a piece. 1 million. Man, people be showing their tickets. They be flashing those tickets in front of your face. Like all of Hollywood. All of Hollywood would have tickets. All the government would have tickets. They be flashing them all down in the poor people's faces, and you be trying to save to try to get a ticket. You work your whole life and not get a ticket. And you be so jealous of the ones that could. Right? Trying to steal theirs. But you know, it has their name, so it don't do you no good anyway. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. You know, everybody be fighting. Churches would be full with people, you know. People would take everything they had trying to get that ticket. Oh, you'd have so many believers then, everybody would want to believe. But it's free. It's free. Right? So people take it for granted. That's sad. That's what I'm talking about. You know, and that's why it is free. Because, you know, by it being free, God knows who really wants it and who don't. That's how people get into heaven. You don't have to work for it. You just got to accept it. You just got to accept Jesus Christ into your life. Get baptized. Get your eyes open. Start walking on a right path. Just doing everything righteously. Telling the truth. Don't steal. Don't lie. Don't want anything other people have. Make your own. Best way to live anyway. Why more people ain't living like that, I don't know. I love it. God didn't kick Lucifer out of heaven for loving him too much. he kicked him out of heaven because him and some other angels were trying to take it over. They thought that, he thought he could overpower God. You need to read your Bible. That's why he got kicked out. And his angels got locked in total darkness. Matter of fact, they're in hell right now, chained up, right? And Lucifer gets to run the earth, devouring whoever he may, right? And it sounds like the way you're talking, he might be devouring you, which is sad. I don't know where you got off with that craziness. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I mean, that's crazy. Because Jesus Christ loves God so much, he walked this earth and died on that cross to do his Father's will. That's how much he loved his Father. And Lucifer sure in the hell didn't love God that much, right? So right there is, boom, you being told that you're a liar. That is not truth. Satan got kicked out of heaven because him and some angels tried to take it over. Why don't you read your Bible? Then you might know the truth. It had nothing to do with love. If he really loved God, he wouldn't have turned on him like that. Right? And he knows he's going to hell. And sounds like he knows he's probably taking you with him. I don't want to hear that kind of blasphemy. No, I don't commit no blasphemy. I think you better look up what blaspheme is, because blaspheme is not saying a couple cuss words at all. You better look up what blaspheme is. It's when you go around talking against God, like the idiot in my chat right now that needs to be blocked, and you're blocked too. You really need to know what you're talking about. Because even Jesus explained it to you. He said, you can talk about me and say things about me, but you better not do it about the Father. So know what you're talking about before you go talking. Right? Know that Bible. That's the problem. People read it, but they don't put it to mind. There's a big difference in reading and understanding. You got a lot of idiots that can read, but they don't understand nothing they're reading. I'm kicking you out of here because, go read your Bible. Go read your Bible. These people, man. Exactly. I done blocked the jab. Already out of here. I sent him to hell. To PG hell. To my hell cell. And he'll be there. He'll be there until he meets the real hell, right? He won't be getting out of hell where I put him, and he won't probably be getting out where God puts him as well, with the mind frame that moron has. He's just one of those people that, he's already decided that he's going to hell for some reason, and good luck on that. Right? A lot of things ain't my problem. I know I'll get a lot of heat. Oh, PG's supposed to be a Christian, and she says, oh, she does good luck on going to hell. Yeah, I say that. I say that. We all got free will, right? You got the will to either choose the Lord and follow after him or choose evilness and follow after that. If you choose evilness and follow after that, that ain't my problem. Don't try to make it my problem, right? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It ain't my job to save the world. It's your job to save yourself. Is your ass going to be burning in hell? Why am I fighting to keep it from being done? Right? Why am I got to fight to keep my own ass out of there? Why am I fighting to keep somebody else's out of there? Are they fighting to keep me out? I don't think so. So they're asking me again to do something for them they don't want to do for me? Are you kidding me? And just because I'm supposed to be the Christian, one here, I'm supposed to be doing that for them? Are you kidding me? Please. You worried about your ass, you would go on your own and get saved. You don't need me to help you. We all got a heaven to gain and a hell to shun. Get to shunning it. If I did it, I know you can do it. Yeah, he was trying to rewrite the Bible. Exactly. And I'm sorry, but it's already wrote, right? It's already wrote in stone. And there ain't no changing it. But it's people like him trying to mess up our fragile little minds, right? He's out to help Satan devour whoever he can by planting that ugly little seed in their mind, right? No, when you know the Bible, you stand firm on it. And that's why it's important for each one of us to read our own Bible. It's very important. I mean, I know when you go to church, you hear the preacher talk about this and talk about that, but the Bible was made to be read one way. That's from the front to the back. That's the way God wrote it. That is the way God meant for you to read it. So get it down and read it, right? I have one Bible that I promise you is falling apart. It's falling apart. That's how much I read that Bible. You could tell it is very worn. And I got a new Bible, and I noticed today, I'm taking a little bit of a toe on it. So, it's getting its toll. The point being is, it is what it is. I can't pronounce words in a hillbilly accent because when I do, I get, I get picked on. So I'm back to having to use proper English, right? Lori says she needs prayers. She needs a surgery. Girl, we will be keeping you in prayer. Absolutely. My beautiful sunflower, her mother, she's at the hospital. She's been at the hospital with her mother. She's got a lot going on right now. And I would love everyone to keep beautiful sunflower in your prayers, please. Keep her in your prayers. We all know how hard it is to sit there and pray that someone we love gets well and spends a little more time with us on this earth. We know how that is. And we all really know how hard it is when we sit there and we pray so hard and the Lord takes them, right? We want to keep them with us. but God decides that, it's best for them to go with him. And that's really super hard because we love them so much. We just want to hold on to them forever, but we can't. And that's, this is what she's doing. It's a touch and go situation. And I'm sure she fully knows what she's, what she's dealing with and everything. But you know what? It's hard to deal. It's hard to deal in this life sometimes. So let's put some prayers up for her that, that Jesus is with her. The angels are around her, that she finds some comfort in all of this. Let her find, some type of comfort in everything that's going on right now. Because I know I've been there. I think we've all been there with someone at some point, whether it be a child, a grandparent, a parent, a brother, an aunt, an uncle. We've all been there. And it's really hard to lose people you love, that you care about. And they are greatly missed. They're greatly missed. Not right after, right after you lose them, but forever. They're greatly missed in your life. At different points in time, it does get easier. It does. It gets easier with time. But it doesn't ever go away, right? It doesn't ever go away. Certain times in your life, you just need that person. You need to see them. You need to talk to them. You wish so hard they were still there. And they're not. That's forever lasting. And I think it's that way because, God wants us to know how much we love people. He wants us to know how much we need to get our lives right so we can be with those people again forever. It keeps you on the right path. Knowing you have people, that's already waiting. They're already waiting on the other side. They're just waiting for you to get there. So keep those prayers going up for her. Absolutely. I appreciate that. So many people in here willing to pray for her. God bless. God bless each and every one of you. I always tell God, I don't know. I don't know what everyone needs. I have no idea what people need. All I know is, God does. I don't question God. I don't question people. I don't say, why do you need prayers? Someone asks me to pray, you just pray. You just pray. God knows. God already knows. So when I talk to God and I ask for prayer for all people, I tell him I don't know what they need or want, but you do. And I sure hope that you're watching over us all, blessing us all, loving us all, and taking care of us all. Because we love you. And even the ones that don't, like I tell God, at some point, I pray they will. Because we all want to get to heaven. You don't want to see nobody. I mean, even your enemies, you don't want to see them in hell. You don't like them, but, I dislike a lot of people, but I don't want to see them in hell. Right? I hope they, no matter how bad they are, I hope they change their ways and make it to heaven along with the rest of everybody. I hope I make it, right? Hope I make it. We got to learn on this earth. We got to learn down here on earth how to get along. We got to learn down here on earth that, how to just overlook things. I mean, we're not going to like everybody all the time, right? You're not going to like people all the time. Sometimes you're not going to like them. Sometimes you are. But you don't want to, you don't want to see them in hell or nothing like that. But if that's their choice, I mean, I have actually met people. That say, hey, that's where they're going, and they don't seem to care. Right? They're not willing to give up their evilness. They're not willing to believe. They say that there's some people that actually say that, some people don't want to believe that there's a higher being above them. They think that they're so powerful and everything that they just can't believe that no one is, above them. You got to feel bad for people like that, right? I mean, you wish they didn't, think like that. You pray. I mean, you pray for them. I think to myself, I see some people that's got everything. They got money, big homes, nice cars. They don't ever have to want for nothing. Their life's just great. And it's so great that, they feel like they don't want to give credit to no higher being for everything they have. They want to feel like they got that all on their own. They want to feel all that power and everything just for them. Praise all go to them. Man, that's scary. And that's probably why the Bible says it's easier for a rich man, easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven. Well, with God, all things are possible. So I guess that, a camel could go through the eye of a needle if God wanted it to. And I guess a rich man could get into heaven if God wanted him to. But I think that particular, little parable there was meaning. I mean, we know that we can't fit a camel through the eye of a needle. It would have to be an awful giant needle, right? So I think it's more or less saying that, rich people become greedy, selfish, hanging on to everything. They see needs, but they don't do anything to help these people that's needing the help. And therefore, they're going to hell. A poor person don't have much. They don't have much, but they'll share it, right? A poor person has one slice of bread and they see you hungry. They'll tear it in half, or they'll give you the whole thing and just go hungry themselves. Because they know what it's like to not have and to want and need. They think that, well, I'll get me something somewhere else. It's okay. They're giving. But rich people, They got all that stuff. And they see somebody hungry and just keep going. They'll eat 3 meals that day, snacks, get a couple of drinks, go to bed laughing. Didn't give that person another thought. That's sad. It's sad. No, you can't please everyone. Trust me. Trust me. You cannot please everyone. I've tried. I have tried, to be nice to all people. I've really tried, even the ugly ones. And there's some people, no matter how hard you tried to be good to them, you still had to end up whooping the hell out of them, right? They just wasn't going to let you be nice. They wasn't going to let you be nice. God feel sorry for them too, right? Because they could have avoided all that shit. Well, it does say God makes the rich rich, right? He makes the poor poor. God wanted you to be rich, you would be. If He wants you to be poor, you will be. I mean, I think people it's about just being thankful for what you have. I think that's the real secret of life. It's just be happy with what you got. If you ain't got much, if you ain't got much, then that's where God put you. God put you there for a reason. If you ain't got a lot, He put you there for a reason. That makes you a better person. If you do have a ton, He put you there for a reason. This life really ain't nothing but a test. It ain't nothing but a test and a testimony. No matter where you're at in this life, it's a test and a testimony. This life is only about one thing. It ain't about the job you work. It ain't about the people you know. It ain't about the family you have. This life ain't about nothing like that. It ain't about your new car, your shoes, your clothes, your hair, your nails. It ain't about none of that. I'm going to tell you what this life's about. This life's all about being good enough to get to the next one and live forever. This life is really about not how you are on the outside, but who you are on the inside. If you ain't right with God, you just ain't right. That's it. You ain't right with the Lord, you ain't right. That's just scary. I come in here every night, and feel like I got to, every night I have to, feel like I have to give somebody a lesson in their evil ways that might help them stop doing it. And it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad. I'd rather be friends than foes with these people. Right? I'd rather get along with them than, feel like I have to show them their evil ways. But I'm kind of getting tired of that. I'm getting tired of it. I think moving forward, I'm going to start ignoring them. They can go about and do whatever evil they want to do. This ain't about, this ain't about people's evilness. This is about a little missing 5-year-old girl. This is about Summer Moon Utah Wells. This is about, finding the truth for these missing children, getting justice for, against the evil people that do this kind of evilness to babies. This ain't about Benny Keys. This ain't about Cher, and her evilness. It ain't about Benny Keys and his evilness, or Cam and his evilness, or Tiffany Marie and her evilness. I've been having to, basically defend myself against all this evil that's been, attacking this channel so bad over what? Trying to get to the truth of what happened to a missing child. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I've had to fight so hard to do righteousness for these children. But from now on, I'm going to ignore them. What they do is, what I'm saying is, I'm not going to retaliate. Two wrongs does not make a right. I need to stick with my God. I need to stick with righteousness. I'm kind of, tired. That evilness is theirs. And I feel like they're trying to make their evilness mine. Right? And that ain't who I am. That just isn't who I am. So, moving forward, I will not be retaliating. What I'm saying is, I will not be fighting fire with fire. I don't think my God wants me doing that. I don't think my God wants me lowering myself and my standards down to Benny Keys. I don't think my God wants me lowering my standards down to shares. And that's really fucking low. I don't even think I could go that low. But it is what it is. And I don't think my God wants me, doing this. I really don't. As I said, that's not who I am. I really didn't ever cuss before I came on this YouTube. I did in my younger years, when I was in that cesspool of snakes, partying, doing all the craziness. Yeah. But, once I got with God and I got saved and baptized, I didn't ever cuss again. And I don't like cussing now. And I'm done with it. I'm done with it. They're turning Summer's channel into pure evilness. And I have to blame myself because I've allowed it. And I apologize for that. I'm going to play Summer Song out of here tonight. I so appreciate everybody being here. Please keep those prayers going up for her. Keep them going up for one another. For Sweet Norway. Beautiful Sunflower. There's so many needing prayer tonight. Please keep them going up. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Good night, everybody. God bless. Much love.